so we're live.
How come it's not showing
What?
a video?
That is the video feed. You're just not sitting there right now.
Okay.
But I don't think it's streaming to that one.
No. Come on.
See if it changes the bottom
Hybrid.
Right. Oh, I see.
Okay. Are you in the Telegram group by chance?
Yeah, but I rarely.
Is it possible you can open your mobile Telegram
Sure. Yeah.
and somehow get the stream so that I could start with the people that are here?
Yeah. Which one though? The Amazon influencers one?
Go to the Wizards of Ecom one, the main one. It should just say Wizard. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
And okay, we're live here.
Okay. So copy this and put it in there.
Yes. That URL.
Right now.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. You ready? $7.10. Okay. You guys ready? All right. So you should have the full rundown on Managed by Stats.
We got Pixel, we got everything.
Okay.
It's really good. Thank you so much.
Let's get started, guys, because I'm late. Ready? Yeah, we're ready. All right, sorry about that. Technical difficulties, which is technical's not my strong suit. It's Danin's strong suit, so if I have an opportunity to help Danin on something technical, you can imagine my excitement helping him. By the way, that's Danin Coleman, for anyone listening, that I helped him with something technical. When you see him at an event, just remind him of that. All right. We have a lot of sponsors. We mentioned Managed by Stats, Carbon 6. I mentioned Rivly. A great one is TraceFuse. So nasty little thing on Amazon happens with negative reviews. TraceFuse is absolutely amazing at getting those removed. I like using them for the pesky ones that seem to be impossible to remove, and they are very good at dealing with Amazon's stubbornness in removing them. We have Gatita, SellersFi, RemoCorp, e-commerce Chris. I've lost track of how many times e-commerce Chris has bailed somebody out on Amazon. Not to make anyone panic, but on Amazon sometimes Amazon is consistent in their inconsistencies, if you will, and they will do something sometimes that causes you to kind of be on pause, and you need to not be on pause and kind of make payroll and make sales and pay credit cards and stuff. So if you get stuck into something bad, e-commerce Chris helps out a bunch. PickFu, test everything on PickFu. I test gift ideas that I'm going to get my wife on PickFu anytime I want to make a change to a web page. I use PickFu. But a great one, and I think this is just surface level on what you could do with PickFu, is if you have a main image for your product on Amazon and you're like, is this thing amazing enough? You might want to put it against your competitor's main image and just put something out there like, assuming the price was the same and the reviews were the same, which one would you buy and why? Again, that's surface level for PickFu, but that gives you an idea of the types of things that you could do. PickFu, P-I-C-K-F-U. Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to
Thank you. I've always wanted somebody to ask me that on a live stream. Yeah.
get it, yeah.
Yeah. One of my new favorites is on-site support. Is it going good? Yeah. One of my new favorites is on-site support, and that is I've cut down on my returns by about 40%, which is pretty massive. And I'm noticing an uptick in my positive reviews and a downtick in my negative reviews. So it doesn't remove reviews, but what it does is everybody here hopefully shops on Amazon, right? Besides my stubborn business partner Andres in the back, I think everybody here shops on Amazon. Well, when you shop on Amazon, you may have done a return, right? Or you may have gone to leave a negative review. Well, they have those yellow buttons. Well, one of those yellow buttons will appear when you have on-site support. An additional one will appear that will allow them to live chat with you. You could do a live chat. You could take them to a page on your website with all these FAQs and nice videos on how this thing really works. I used to have people return a product like it was a triple stage wine aerator. and it had the stainless, well, it's not real stainless steel, but food grade stainless steel collar in the middle. You took it apart and that's how you washed it. But the thing is, when someone received it and it was in 3 pieces, they were like, it's broke. I want to return this thing. So it was hard to deal with the way things used to be, but with on-site support, I can send them to videos explaining how to do it, live chat with them. I am a huge fan of something, there's a book called Hug Your Haters. It's worth reading if you're a customer service geek like me, but Hug Your Haters, I am a big believer that customer service in your business could be a revenue stream if handled right. So like timeliness in answering, wow them with an amazing experience. I mean, look at Amazon, that's what they do, right? To the point that some people abuse it and no longer pay for nice outfits to wear out. They just buy it and then return it right after the event. So they abuse it, but it's making people want to shop on Amazon. So if you're thinking of international expansion, I recommend Avask. If the word international, if there's an international opportunity, I contact Avask. They do the compliance, the taxes that are involved, and something new is popping up every day. VAT, which is just international tax is what I call it. Honu Worldwide, an amazing 3PL out of Pennsylvania. How they're able to check stuff into Amazon FBA in like 48 hours, I have no idea, but they do. And anything insurance, highly recommend Assureful. So if you don't have insurance in your business, Amazon is going to prompt you and make you go get it. I recommend Assureful for that. I could do a personal email introduction if you want. I don't get a kickback. They sponsor the group, but I get nothing additional by recommending them. They're great. And what I like most about them is they're not a broker. They are the underwriters. So when you go to them, they can give you some flexible pricing based on where you're at. Not, where do you think your business is going to go? And you're like, I hope it gets to $3 million. Well, let's just give you insurance for $3 million. No, you're doing $150 in sales. We're going to give you insurance on what's going on in your life right now. And the rest of that money you can put towards your inventory. So I recommend them. And final one, 2 new ones that we have that I'm super pumped to be working with is Jungle Scout. So I'm going to be opening up Jungle Scout a lot more and showing you some cool stuff that you can do with Jungle Scout. I personally love using Jungle Scout with Data Dive. If some of those terms seem like Greek to you right now, we're going to get into the beginner hour and you can ask. But to me, it's like one of the best softwares in the Amazon space. And an announcement I'll be making this week is we just were sponsored by Alibaba. So, which was a great one. Yeah. So, yeah, Alibaba's been a great one. So lot of cool opportunities that are coming from them. Also, hopefully, super close with an amazing PPC company, and that will be able to like do some magic for a lot of people in here. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but she knows what I'm talking about in the back. But trying to do a bunch of cool stuff for the group. Yeah. All right, today's topic is we're going to start with this beginner hour stuff and some open discussions, but today's topic is going to be on the Amazon Influencer Program. This is a topic that did not exist in our group a year ago, right? The reason it came about is 2-part. One, I was cruising around on Facebook, which is not an efficient use of my time or helping you grow a business. And I saw this person I'd never met before posting that they're making about $60 a day doing product review videos. And I was like, okay, well I'll just call that the BS post that I see every day. That'll be today's BS post, right? Because I do the $60 times 30, and it may not seem like groundbreaking money to you, but when I first started, that would have like solved world peace back then, right? That would have been like, I don't have to do a $5 footlong today. Like, I can eat something different. So I love this feature on Facebook posts, and I put follow this post or notify me of any other feedback on this post. And sure enough, a lot of other people were interested in this. What got my attention also is this person wasn't selling anything. So I was like, okay, here we go. The webinar link is coming, right? And it didn't. And I started jumping back and looking at these comments, and he started updating them with screenshots. And I know we can get those made on Fiverr, but he's also updating them with screen recordings. And I'm like, it's a little harder to fake there. And he's showing us what's going on, and he quickly got up to like $100 a day. So that was good. I don't have the bandwidth to just stop everything and go look at something that makes $100 a day right now. Fortunately, I'm in a good place in my business. But there is this community, And there are people that come into the community and they're like, I want to do private label. And I love private label. Private label, starting your own brand, by the way, in case anybody doesn't know, that's my jam. However, they're coming in and they're like, I got $1,500. Like, what should I buy from China? And I'm like, nothing with $1,500. That's not enough for like your first week of ads. Like, I mean, we need to just don't do that, which is hard for me because I want everyone to start their own brand. So the only answer I was really able to give when somebody comes in with like $500 to $1,500, or maybe they have some more, but they're just like they're so risk averse that they're not going to like invest this into something, is I would tell them to do retail arbitrage, which is going to the store, scanning some products, seeing that it's, just say it sells for $10 in the store, it's selling for $30 on Amazon, and they flip it. And you recognize the difference on the profit. I don't think that's a horrible place to get your feet wet very temporarily. I think if you're doing this long term, personally, I'm not a fan. But it's better than saying, come back when you have 50K and you want to do private label. So I would say that. But when I saw this, I was like, man, I could totally, if I could validate this, I would totally recommend this to someone instead of doing retail arbitrage, personally. So that was my motivate. That was like my big motivator for doing it. However, I don't want to get up here and talk about something I'm not doing, which meant I needed to start reviewing some products. So immediately started reviewing some products, got a hold of my wife. My wife's super jazzed in doing something like this. It's just having a blast in retirement doing this. And we started doing it. We're only doing a few videos per week, and we're making about $3,100 a month just from the review videos. There are several people in the group, though, who have told about this over the last year that are now doing a lot more than that per month. So it's fully vetted, fully validated. We're doing this right now, and since then we've learned a ton. We haven't had a topic on this for like 4 or 5 months, so I'm going to touch a little bit on what it is for people that don't know. I'm going to talk a little bit about getting started. We found some almost 100% ways to get approved for the program now, and I'm going to talk a lot more, hopefully, in this session about scaling it. Okay? So that's going to be what we talk about today. Any questions we have, though, does not have to be about that topic. Who here has a question about something in the Amazon space? Is everybody happy? Is everybody's profit margins going up? Is everybody's products checking into Amazon faster? Is everyone happy that their CPC costs on Amazon are going down? If anyone's nodding your head yes, I need to talk to you because none of those things are happening. Is anybody having trouble finding a product? Is everybody here for the ticket clinic? No, I'm just fine. So you guys want to go just jump straight into the Amazon Influencer Program, or do you have any questions about anything Amazon related? You guys are a tough crowd. Okay.
We don't know what we don't know.
That's a perfect
We're
question.
just starting.
That's a perfect question for the next 9 minutes. Yeah, we don't know what we don't know. Why do you want to sell on Amazon?
Because it seems to be very successful. I mean, people who do it are, I realize you have to put time into it, and we're retired, so we can do that. And we're not sure how to do it, what we want to do, what products we want. I understand there's a way you can do this without any inventory. That I think we got a speaker what I saw. That's another thing that.
So the Amazon Influencer Program is one you're interested in and pursuing. Perfect. So that's a great topic for today.
We get Amazon packages 3 times a day. I mean, I have 2 sons. Forget it. All they do is electronics.
What about like financial goals for Amazon for you guys? Do you have one in mind?
No, I mean, we would like to make money. It would be nice, but we don't need it to survive. Is what I'm saying.
No.
We don't need it to pay the mortgage.
Sure.
Is what we're saying. But we would like to be wealthier than we are.
Right. And I guess what I'm getting at is like
Roses,
to give you an idea of like how much time you need to go blank. So if you told me I want to make an extra $4,000 a month, you know, if there was a number, I want to make sure it's nothing unrealistic is where I was getting at with the question, which I don't think it is, but I've seen some people say, I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to make $40,000, $50,000 a year in my pocket, and I got $2,000 to start. And I'm like, that doesn't work like that, you know? With the Amazon Influencer Program, though, to do something like, you know, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 extra per month, that is very doable. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll just jump straight into the Amazon Influencer Program. Cool? All right, thumbs up in the back, good. All right, who here is not in the Amazon Influencer Program right now? All right, that's perfect, so I know where to start. Why not? Don't know how? Okay, so to get approved for the Amazon Influencer Program, you have to go to, I think it's creatorhub.amazon.com to apply to be an Amazon influencer. Now, Amazon is not clear in what it means to be an influencer. Like, they haven't clearly defined that. But the first step to be in the Amazon Influencer Program is you need to connect one of your social media accounts: YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. At the last time we had a meetup group on this topic, the easiest way that we knew to get into the program was 5,000 followers on your Facebook business page. I think that's how you guys got in, or no?
Instagram.
You got in through Instagram. You're right. Was 5,000 followers on your Facebook business page. So the recommendation was to go out and run an ad, create a separate Facebook page, go out and run an ad targeting third world countries for pennies on the dollar, doing a likes to page ad campaign, which sounds a lot more complicated than it is, but it's not. But the first step would be to make sure that you have a Facebook page that has 5,000 followers on it to get approved. How many followers did you have on Instagram? 5,000. So we've learned something different since then, is you do not even, I suggest you still have the 5,000, but you do not need the 5,000 if you have a seasoned social media account. So if you have, and it doesn't matter what the followers are, but if you have a social media account that's been around 4 years plus, we're seeing that people are just applying and they're instantly getting approved. So if you don't have one of those and you need to create a social media account from scratch, I think the Facebook page is still one of the easiest to create to get those 5,000 followers. But you get the 5,000 followers on Facebook page or Instagram. The Facebook one I think is a lot easier. Did you use Twixy, or did you use a service to get your extra Facebook, your Instagram followers, or did you already have it?
I got some.
You got some extras. Who did you use?
I'm gonna check that.
Oh, no worries. But there's a lot of different servers. I was thinking maybe she had one that she could recommend, but there's one called Twixy, Twicsy. And you just connect it and you pay something like $100. I think $100 for 5,000 if you're starting at zero, and they get people to like your page. To the best of my knowledge, the people on Twixy are real people. I'd be careful with some of these other ones that connect you to like fake accounts. But once you have those followers, the 5,000 plus on Facebook or Instagram, you can apply. It seems like on TikTok you need even less, and the conversion rate of people actually getting approved for the program on TikTok is even higher. Yeah. Also yep.
I have a question. So, like, I have a brand. Should I be looking at a social media account that has nothing to do with my brand, like more of an influencer type of a social media account?
So which social media profile, like which channel is it? Like Facebook, Instagram?
So,
Do they have that many followers?
no, but I'm trying to figure out, should I be trying to grow one of them, or should I try to start my own type of a...
If you have a social media account that's been around for a few years, I would use that one.
Like, what about my personal one?
No, personal doesn't work. Yeah. So if you have one that's been around a few years, I would just use that one. You're not going to have to post anything on your actual social media account that's related to Amazon products, so it's not going to interfere with anything you're trying to post about your brand. Yeah. Now, if you have a Facebook business page for your brand and you're trying to, like, you have a plan in the future to really leverage that social media account, and then you in turn get a bunch of followers to follow that page that are not your real avatar, like who's looking for your brand, I think that's going to hurt you long term. And then I would get another social media account. I would just do something separate. Use Twixy to boost it up. The way that I'm seeing right now that is almost guaranteed to get you approved for the Amazon influencer account is YouTube, actually. And you do not need to know how to do long form video or anything like that. All you need to do is open up a Gmail, go to YouTube. Every Gmail gets assigned to YouTube. go, I mean, you technically could get an AI video made somewhere, like a 30-second AI video, like a YouTube short. And then once you have a YouTube short and you go to your videos, there's a section called promotion. You could spend like $60 on a promotion for your YouTube short and easily get more than 5,000 subscribers on that YouTube channel, plus, I'd say, 20,000 plus views. So
I would love it to learn how to open a YouTube channel. Maybe we should talk about it.
I'd be happy to, I could break out my laptop afterwards. We don't have the setup to show it here, so I figure I don't want to like turn it, but I'd be happy to show you. Yeah, but all you do is a Gmail, free Gmail. I suggest don't use the Gmail that you're currently using, but it doesn't matter. And then go to youtube.com. When you go to YouTube, you're probably going to see that it's already recognizing the last Gmail that you were in. Sign out, then sign in using the new Gmail credentials, and you have a YouTube account.
But then if I wanted to repurpose all my reviews that I'm doing for the influencer and put them, even though I know I'm not going to get many subscribers, but who knows, maybe someone is
Sure.
looking for a refrigerator and I can send them to some place. I mean, is it easy with a new account to post affiliate links?
Very easy.
Because I was reading in some Facebook groups that if you do that, then they close the YouTube channel.
No, so,
The new YouTube channel.
right, so if you have you can't make it look like that's the sole purpose of your YouTube channel. Like, you have to position it as like, the people that do that, they'll grab the exact same videos they did and then just stick them out there on YouTube. That's just a bad experience. But if you create a nice banner, if you write a nice little about us saying like what you're trying to do, if you take the time to maybe create playlists, so say you have 50 videos that are home and kitchen and 50 videos that are RC cars, and just organize them and show that you're trying to create something different on the channel, that's totally different. Yeah, you know,
But with your same videos,
yeah, you totally could.
but kind of
Exactly, we could do that.
categories.
Absolutely.
Gardening,
Yeah.
cooking.
Yeah, just look like you're not using it as like public hosting, and instead you look like you're trying to create a good experience for somebody to have on this channel. I know people that are doing that and they're not getting suspended, and they're new accounts. Yeah, I will say that if you're not maxing out, what you could do, and hopefully some of those things we're going to cover today, like other ways to get products, other ways to get revenues from the program, then I would say you're not going to make much from YouTube. Maybe your focus should be better on one of those other things. Yeah. Did that answer your question, by the way?
Thanks.
Yeah.
And also for the Instagram and Facebook, they have to be business accounts.
They do have to be business accounts, yeah. But YouTube, as is, I guess by default, it's just considered business.
Okay.
Right. But the way I'm seeing 100% is if you have a seasoned account, and so far I've not seen anyone get rejected if they do a YouTube short. And if anybody finds that super confusing, I will pop my laptop open and show you exactly what I mean. If you message me afterwards, I'll send you a Loom video so you can watch it, no problem. Just message me and I can get that sent to you. So that's the first things you need to do to get approved. All right. With hindsight, I really did not think the program, like I went in this thinking, this is BS. This is not something we're going to be talking about in a year. With hindsight, I think I would have created and this is what we did for our second influencer account, is I would have created a separate LLC for this. I think there's enough in the program with what I'm going to share that it justifies having its own business and its own LLC. If that stops you from starting the program, then just disregard what I just said, just start, because it's really the closest thing to free money that I've seen in 15 years on Amazon. It's unbelievable. So, and if you're a private label seller and you're wondering, like, think about the damage you'd be able to do with an extra $5,000 to $10,000 a month in PPC costs that didn't come from your credit card, right? Like, that's good. Like, it could go to product development. It could go to, I mean, it's insane. All right, so to get approved, unfortunately, that's the ugly truth about how to get approved. That's it. You can't, everything else that we're gonna talk about, you're not gonna be able to do it until you get approved. So you gotta, the question you're gonna ask yourself is, do I have a social media account that fits that criteria? Yes, apply. No, use Twixy, get a hold of me if you wanna see the Loom on YouTube or whatever, but get those followers on the social media platform and apply. That's it. Those are the first two steps if you've not started.
If you were declined, is there a way you have to log in, as I remember you mentioning, log in to delete that old account.
Okay, so that's a good one. Is that from the YouTube or is that you?
That's me.
Okay, so you were denied.
Yes.
That speaks bad of me that you got denied, my business partner. Either that or it speaks to the fact that you never listened to me.
Yes. That's fine.
All right,
I was
so
always denied.
I see that. Yeah.
Mine, not just
Okay, but let's talk about this for a second. So that's a great question. And is anybody watching the stream, by the way, in case there is questions?
Yeah.
You got it?
6, I'm watching.
Yeah, okay. So when you do apply, there's 2 steps. You're connecting your social media account is the easy one, right? But connecting it really does not do much. At that point, you're able to do an Amazon Live video, which we're not even going to go into that right now, even though that's an amazing way to make money with the program. And then you're going to be able to upload videos. So you can make money with videos and link that out. But the way people, when we're talking here about the easy money there is to be made, it's specifically to make money with on-site commissions with shoppable videos. That means you create a video review of a product, you upload it onto Amazon, it's on the listing of the product, and all those shoppers that are already there watch your video, buy the product, you make a commission off that sale plus anything else they have in their cart at the time of checkout. Okay? But to be able to do that and make money with the videos, the video reviews, you need to get unlocked for on-site commissions. Okay? To get unlocked, you need to upload 3 videos. Do not do 4, 40, 4,000, nothing. 3 videos. I made the mistake of like, I'm gonna get ahead, I'm gonna be doing this anyway, and I uploaded a whole bunch, and I'm like, man, why are they not approving me? Eventually they would have approved or denied. But the more videos you place, the more opportunities they have to find a reason in one of those videos to reject them. You need to submit 3 videos and have the 3 videos approved for on-site commissions. You're gonna see it in your dashboard. You're gonna see this bar at the top that's from like 0 to 3. When you've submitted 3 videos, you're gonna see that the 3 videos are submitted and you're just waiting them to be approved. If you're approved, you'll see digital confetti. It's amazing, right? You're gonna see digital confetti, and then you're gonna see there's a little lock, literally like a lock in the top right corner. It's gonna be unlocked. From there, you are home free to do almost anything you want. But if you are denied, like Andres was denied, you get 3 attempts to submit the 3 videos, right? So if you are denied, what you need to do is you need to remove those videos. Unless you're one of the lucky ones where it says these 2 were approved, but this one was denied, and then you just remove that one and you upload another one. But you only get 3 attempts to upload those videos. After that, any other attempts to upload videos is gonna be denied. So to Andres' question, what you do at that point is you need to officially close your Amazon influencer account, disassociate it, and then reapply. You can use the same social media. The same social media, yes. The same social media that you got approved with to begin with, you can go back in with the same social media. Yeah, now what I suggest based on what I know now, like for example, Andres, you, go in with the Salsa Kings YouTube channel because it's a seasoned account. If you go in with a seasoned account, approval is almost instant, and so is monetization. Because we're gonna get into like the quality of the reviews and what you shouldn't do in those first 3 reviews to increase the chances of you getting approved for the program. Yeah.
Having a bigger account with a more seasoned account with more subscriber or followers makes you more likely to get.
It's actually, the question for anyone watching on the stream is like, is a seasoned account with more followers getting you more likely to approved? I'm sure it doesn't hurt the more followers you have, but what I'm seeing is it has less to do with how many followers you have and more to do with how long the account has been in existence. So I'm seeing some people with like 1,200 subscribers on YouTube or Instagram get approved, but the account's been around for like 5+ years.
How long did the videos have to be?
Like 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Yeah, I'd keep them as short as possible. And I'll show you a few like mock what I would say about a product live, so you can see how simple it is at some point here. Once I get past the fear of starting this, I'll start doing some live. You want to do some live demos with me? No, she's like, we'll do some like live demos so you can see it's really not that complicated, right? But does that answer your question, Andres? If you are rejected, that is what you do. All right. Now, you disassociate it, then you just start the process all over again. If you're approved, you keep going. increasing your chances of getting approved. So this one, I just figured this out like in the last like 2.5, 3 weeks. And to me, this is big if you're gonna get approved. So you wanna start with a simple product. By the way, you're starting with products around your house and you don't have to buy anything, which is amazing about this program. You literally do not have to spend money to start making money. But how this works is if this listing on Amazon does not have you know when you're looking on Amazon and they have pictures of the product, some of them have a video, most of them nowadays have a little video there. If the listing does not have a video, your video review is not gonna show. So for your review to have a chance of being seen and making money, the listing has to be unlocked for videos. It seems to be what unlocks the listing for videos is the brand puts a video on the listing. They put their brand video on the listing, and now the other fields are unlocked for influencers. And if we have time today, I'm gonna touch on this because I know some of you guys are private label sellers. I'm gonna touch on this on like some strategies for the private label brand. So if you're like, I don't want anyone leaving videos on my listing, don't add your brand video. What I don't know is if you remove it, is it unlocked and kind of like it's open? But once you have, I'm seeing a lot of people sabotaging other people's listings by having other influencers go in there and leave, you know, unsafe, like bad negative reviews on the competitor, and you never check it. You're just like, oh, more videos, the more the merrier, and this person's smiling in the beginning, and afterwards they're showing like, it cut me, or, you know, the child's tattoo, the child's removable tattoo won't come off no matter how much, you know, your brand's in trouble, and you have no idea what's happening, right? You're blaming your PPC person, you're firing people, and in reality it's somebody sabotaged your listing. But, so the listing needs to be unlocked. But you're with me on this, yes? Okay. Once it's unlocked, videos can be posted there. Say about 10. 5 will go on the top. What do you say, with 10, 15? Videos in total can appear on this listing. 5 of them can appear in the prime placement, which is going to be when you click on the video.
We got a question. Someone's been approved, but their videos have been declined 2 times.
Yep.
And she's wondering if she's hesitant to go for that 3rd time and wants to know, is she gonna have to get a new Facebook account?
No. Okay. So we just sort of touched on this. Yeah. So to repeat the question for the stream, somebody's been approved for the influencer program. They submitted 2 rounds of videos and been denied. He or she knows she only has 1 more round to go before getting denied. Don't be afraid. You need to get through this as fast as possible. Submit your next 3, but listen to what I'm about to say after this about how to increase your chances of this, right? Because I think I've sort of cracked the code on this. If you are denied, though, in the next round, all you need to do is remove yourself, unsubscribe from the Amazon Influencer Program, remove yourself from it, and then you can go back in with the same social media. If you have a better social media or a more seasoned social media in light of some of what we've shared here, then go in with that one. But you can go back in with the same one, 100%. Now, to increase your chances and to kind of go back into what we were saying right now, for this next video review that you're going to submit, or the next 3, here's the thing. So if the listing is not unlocked, your video can't show for you to make money. What we're seeing is you're going to notice when you submit your 3 videos, even afterwards, when you submit them, they start getting reviewed. But while they're being reviewed, you're going to see that you're getting views, right? The majority of the time, those listings are visible on Amazon. Remember, you are in the Amazon Influencer Program. You're just not eligible for on-site commissions yet. So what you do is, first, the products that you're going to review, make sure that 1 or 3, preferably 3 of those products, are of a product that's unlocked for videos. And the second one is that there's space for your video to show. So if you're, just to keep this simple, if you see that the product that you're reviewing has a video in the listing, that means it's unlocked. But when you click on the video, does it have 5 influencer videos there? If it does, let's just say that your video is not going to show. But if it has 2, if it has 3, less than 5, then that means your video review is going to show. You want it to show, because here's the hack to just get you approved. Once it's shown, just reach out to someone, and it could be anyone you know, and have them watch that video and buy your product. You're instantly approved. Right? I've been testing this over and over the last 3 weeks. You'll be instantly approved. If you don't know anyone, or you're too scared to let anyone know that you're doing this program, reach out to me. I will buy the product. Don't send me a $300 product, right? Just find a product, reach out to me, I will buy it. You don't have to reimburse me the money. I just really want to see you get in the program, okay? Next time you see me at an event, you owe me a drink, whatever. Like, we can figure it out later, no pressure. Just yes, just reach out to me, I will buy it, right? You just need to send me the products you're reviewing, I will buy it, no problem. I just want you guys to get approved for this program. It's the easiest way to make money on it that I've ever seen in my life. So that is the secret to get approved. So to the person that asked a question on the live stream, make sure that the 3 products that you submit for the review are able to be seen on unlocked listings. If something's not, like right now with hindsight, I feel like I had my computer open to show you guys something with a screen, but I don't, and I think it's too late because we got the live stream going. But if you message me, I will do a quick Loom screen share again of my screen showing you what that actually looks like. Plus, I have some software like Lowest Hanging Fruit. I'm also using, now I'm using a lot of, God, what is the new one that I'm loving? It's Fluencer Fruit. I'm loving Fluencer Fruit. You're using it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm going to drop all the other ones and use Fluencer Fruit. But Fluencer Fruit is amazing. And what it just looks like is if you open your computer and you're looking at a listing, you're going to see a box. And it's basically, just think red, yellow, green, if you will, for simplicity's sake. Red, yellow, green, red. No opportunity here. It could be that the listing's not ungated for reviews, for video reviews. It could be that all the slots are full. Whatever the case may be, no go. Green, money, right? And there's a spot for you to, for your products to actually show up. That's
Telling you what the products are available?
there's a lot of filters. There's some cool stuff you can do with it, but like simplicity here, it's going to let you know by quick look, is there space for the review I leave to be visible on the product detail page?
Like if you did that water.
Yes,
That water in.
right. This one would be red. I'm sure it either has no video or everyone's already done the life water. By the way, sorry, go ahead.
Do they have an expiration date, like your review?
No.
It's been there for a while and then time for the next?
No. So repeating it for the stream's sake, like does your review have an expiration date? No, it doesn't. This next part, like I'm trying to share everything that I know that I've been able to prove definitively, like this works, like what I'm sharing now. To answer the question though, I'm gonna have to get into like, this is what I really think's happening based on how I see Amazon's programs over the last 15 years and how they do them, plus what I'm seeing, because I imagine with this community, like a lot of people are reaching out and showing me what's happening, so I'm able to get a lot of data and put it together. So it seems that the reviews that got there first seem to be the stickiest and stay. But I think that's a fact. I think the reason has less to do with when they got in and more to do with conversions. So if you're the only one on the listing, you're getting all the conversions. And as more comes in, at some point you guys are getting all the conversions. But, and this is the next thing I'm going to test. If you link out to your video and somebody goes in and starts buying it, what you do see sometimes is somebody, first 5 slots are open, 3 of the reviews are garbage. Like the one I did for my buddy's soil one day. I was like, this is air soil. It's super awesome. I love using air soil on my plants. My wife is happy when we have good plants. And that's literally the video, right? It was just because I'm pissed. I'm like, man, my friend, I can't say no to my friend, but he wants me to review his freaking soil. Like, this is painful. And he had like 90 soils, right? So I'm like, this is, Tom, oh, this is painful, right? But I'm going to do it. This thing's making money, right? But it's garbage. So then other people started leaving reviews. And their reviews, these were air soil enthusiasts, you know what I mean? So mine got bumped. So I think the more your video is watched and it translates into a purchase, the more priority Amazon wants it to be seen. But if you have one that's really not performing well, they're going to test one of these other videos. So you do see some rotation. It also depends on where you're viewing the video, like where in the country you are. So like some videos are showing in other states and in others it's not. So they're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes and it's a lot of guesswork, but no, there's not an expiration date. If you got in first and it's a great video review and it's helpful, I think it stays for a long time until something better comes up. Yeah. I have some stuff that I reviewed that just never left and it's still there.
2 things. Is it better to use
IPX used to be called Spizon, so you hear me say Spizon sometimes. I think
They're very similar.
that they're extremely similar. I'm going all in with Fluencer Fruit. I really liked it. Carmen, who's in our group, I don't know if you met Carmen, but Carmen's in our group. She actually ran across the owner at an event in Steve Chu's event down in Miami, made a connection. We had a great conversation. Some of the stuff I feel like I can't share, but I got to see a lot of the stuff that's coming on the back end. I got to see that this is like a legit company. I really admire some of the stuff that she's doing just as an entrepreneur. So I'm going all in with Fluencer Fruit. They're so similar that if you're like, you don't want to jump ship, I think as they stand now, you're fine. With what I know is coming out with Fluencer Fruit, I don't know if she's going to raise prices. I do know if you're there, you're going to stay locked in. I would go to Fluencer Fruit. Yeah.
And the next one about the length, what you mentioned earlier about the length, I mean, being as short as possible. What would you recommend for a like very complex product that has a lot of moving parts?
Yeah.
It takes a while to actually go over the whole thing.
Yeah. The majority of the videos are like a minute, minute and a half, something like that. You could go as long as you need to go. I don't see that hurting anything if you go long, except it's going to cut into how much you can create. I'm working on one now. There's a company that has a podcast mic. Oh, I don't even think it's a podcast mic. It's a stretch that it's a podcast mic, but it's like a $1,400 mic. And they have no video on their listing. So I was talking with them. I was like, hey, do you mind? Like, I will shoot the video that could go on your listing. That's like great UGC. And it would unlock the listing. Can I also do that? I mean, the way I want to do it is I want to add my video review there because it's going to be a nice bit of money that I start making. And I started rambling and I forgot why I was saying this. Your question? Oh, the length. Yeah, this is going to be like a 9-minute video. So, like.
I think it depends on the product.
Yeah.
Some products require more time, some others are easy.
Yeah, right now it's very like Wild Wild West mercenary with this, and everyone's just like, let's go as wide as possible and get as many videos up as possible. It's a numbers game, and that's the more money I'm going to make. I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do, but what happens on Amazon at a certain point is they're like, okay, let's start getting rid of the low quality that's on our site. Who are you more likely to buy an RC car from? Someone who reviews nothing but RC cars, or someone that reviews a whole bunch of random stuff across shower curtains, RC cars, adult novel? You know what I mean? Like, it's all, so I think eventually that's what it's going to come down to.
And is it possible to upload 2 videos, like a simpler version and a more?
You can upload. I don't think there's a limit on the amount of videos that you can upload for a single listing. So like technically if you saw there was a listing and it had 5 spots open, I mean, you don't have to limit yourself to 5, but if you uploaded 5, all 5 of them would show. What you can't do is get the same video and just re-upload it 5 times. But like I could do an unboxing of a podcast mic. I could do a podcast mic. I could do a comparison podcast mics with tagging this one. I could do 3 months later, I could do a drop test. I mean, there's so many different things that I could do with it.
I even got an email, I don't know if you got it from Amazon, saying do as,
Yes.
do as many as you can at once, of
Yeah.
the same, but not upload the same video to 2
Yeah,
things.
just make different versions of it.
Uh-huh.
But they have to watch the whole thing for you to get paid.
No.
Even if they just what they watch a fraction.
Small little piece in the beginning and they're good.
And if they watch, because some people watch several videos. Like
The last one they viewed before the purchase.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
that's
Yeah.
the last one.
So maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if you have noticed, I noticed they buy something, and normally I get $10 for that, and sometimes I just get 5. So I'm wondering if they watch 2 videos and then you get divided.
It's possible. Like, do they watch multiple videos and they split it across? What I'm seeing is that the last video gets the price. I don't know if they had a coupon and they got it for less, but it's possible. It's possible that they share it out a bunch of.
Are there some things that you shouldn't say, like, I love this, I really love this, or you should say that, should you be energetic? I mean, are there certain things that you should or shouldn't do?
Like should or shouldn't say? That is a great question. So I'm going to say, I mean, there's certain rules on things that like medical claims and stuff, which we can get into, right? There are certain things you need to avoid saying that are more of like rules, but more of a preference. Like there's some people that'll say, don't say I highly recommend this product. Like there's certain things you should avoid in the first 3 videos to get approved for monetization that kind of go out the window afterwards. So in your first 3, I just think you should mention, you know, great advice is plain white background, you know, like plain background. Avoid any shirt or anything that has any branding, right? Have a product. Yeah, have a, like, not even that. Like if at some point you went like this and there's a single frame on the video where this happened, this barcode is gonna get you rejected. But if you're reviewing this water and assuming it didn't, you just have the water in front of you. Make sure it's something that you can keep in the frame. That definitely seems like something that's helping everyone. If you're talking and then it falls out of frame and you're just going to talking, so something that you can keep in the center of the frame that you can engage with. And instead of saying Life Water is great, this is why I buy it, mention I started getting Life Water because I started going on long runs and I feel great after drinking. So kind of say why you bought it. And that's why I think the first products you review being products around your house, something that you actually used, it's very difficult, even for me, doing podcasts and YouTube videos and being up here, it'd be very difficult for me to not like BS a product on why I like it. But if it's a soap dish in your house and you know why you got that soap dish, and it's because the last one kept cracking, that's something that someone can relate to and you just seem genuine about doing it. So you want to avoid, I would avoid words, using this water as an example, I'd avoid the word hydration and dehydration in the first 3 videos. Right, you're starting to get into that world of like medical. My wife's been rejected several times for like, she has this stuff that's like makeup, but it doubles as sunblock. Something that I didn't know, but like she has this thing and she'll mention like the protection that it gives, whether it's what it says or not, that protection and sun and ultraviolet, that's too much. Like avoid that.
An example, Mother's Day,
Yep.
right? I bought 4. It was Mother's Day, I had birthdays, whatever. They have these sets that are from different vendors, okay? And so I didn't see them, but I liked what I saw when I was on Amazon, and I didn't listen to any videos. I just liked what I saw. I can't tell you how many, like my daughter, my granddaughter, my great granddaughter, birthday people, they absolutely loved it. Best they've ever had. So now, can I say that I bought this as a gift and I'm getting rave reviews from my family members?
Absolutely.
Can I say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I bought this as a gift for my daughter, my granddaughter. She absolutely loved it. I think I'm going to win Grandmother of the Year award. I don't know, using your own words, like I think I'm going to win Grandmother of the Year award. I started buying this for my other grandkids. Engage with the product though. So if it's something that like, if it's something that comes apart, take it apart.
That's
right?
The only thing is that I wish I had sent it to myself so that I could open it and show them what was inside. You know, this is, look how it was packed, and I can't tell you what everyone said how wonderful these, and they were all different gifts, but they were gift packages.
Well, what you just did there, like the authenticity that was like oozing off of you when you said that translate really well in the video.
Okay.
Yeah, so like that helps.
Have the product with you.
You do need to have the product with you. You want to, in any of them, but especially in those first 3 videos, you want to avoid any of those medical claims we mentioned. If you're doing it outside, even if it's your house, you don't want to show the address. No license plate. Don't mention anything about numbers. Anything that has numbers or the reference of numbers, just avoid it. Don't mention the price that you bought it at. Don't mention if it's a deal. Don't.
I can't say it's affordable.
I would avoid that. You could say it later on, and we haven't had an issue, but you're not supposed to, and you definitely want to avoid it in the first 3 videos that you do. Again, keep it very simple, plain background, no logos, anything like that, no bookshelf behind you, no vases, no flowers, no nothing. Get good lighting, right? You don't need to go out and buy lighting, but if you have a window on you, fantastic. Lighting matters. You don't want to have a whole bunch of shadows and not really be able to see you. Again, don't think Avatar. You don't have to go that crazy with it, right? If you don't have a stand, stack some books, stack some bowls, lean your phone against the bulls. If you're going to invest in something, I suggest investing in like it's like $4 on Amazon, and it's a clicker. It's a little clicker. Otherwise, when you have the video, I hope this doesn't knock it over, and I want to go ahead and do this, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And then I'm like, and the video is going to catch me going back to set up, and you're going to have to edit that little piece out. I don't want to deal with that. And then when you finish, you're like, great, and you're going to see that. But with the clicker, you could be holding it, and no one's going to see it, or you could be talking about the product and having it. It could be here, and it's off frame, and then you just click, and there's none of that reaching. That little bit is going to save a lot of time as you're doing a bunch of reviews. It's like $4. Again, I can send it to you if you reach out to me. It'll have an affiliate link to it, so thank you very much. I'll make 9 cents. Huh?
Get a microphone.
The other one is audio. I don't want, you can use your phone's audio, but understand your phone's audio is going to sound okay here. But if the phone is over there, it's going to sound really bad. You can get away with, what I'm saying is you could get away with mediocre video. You could get away with mediocre lighting, but you're going to die with bad audio, just bad. It's not going to get approved, but even afterwards, just have good audio. I like to recommend this program and stay away from, like I have a lot of cool toys. Many of them Danon convinced me to get, but I have a lot of cool like audio, visual, like video toys. You don't need any of them. Your phone is more than enough. If you have a couple bucks for the clicker, you're going to thank me for that. And if you have something for like a cheap, you can get something for like under $30. But like a cheap wire, $10. Cheap wireless little mic, it plugs into your phone. It's going to sound great for the purposes of this, not for podcasting, but it's going to sound great for this. I highly recommend doing it. If you could get a little tripod, you're going to really like that too. But again, we're talking about all this stuff. We're talking about under $50. If you don't have the $50, no shame. Just start with your phone, prop it up against something, and do the review. And buy the link of the clicker I send you. All right, where were we? So you got approved. We figured out what to do if we get rejected. We covered a little bit about, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything on things you should avoid when doing those first 3 reviews. Here's the thing, and I've been putting out a lot of information on this, recently released the first course I've ever done on this, so I'm really bad at did you use the code I sent you?
Did you send me a code?
Before I released it, look at your Telegram.
I'm going to check. I mean, I did buy it, and I think it's great. You did a great job.
You know, look at your Telegram. Look for a private message from me.
To me?
I sent you something the day before or 2 days before it was released.
Really? And I found it another way.
I'm glad.
And it's great.
Wait till you see the Telegram. Anyhow, so what was I going to say with this? God, I got all flustered. But I forgot what I'll come back to it. But I was going to lead with something into that. That was we'll go back to it. So getting approved. Did you find it? I'm dying for her to see it.
No, I see that you said.
I sent you a personal message. I can keep going.
Now I found it.
Before it was released.
You should have. Hey, did you receive this?
I didn't want to. I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to pressure her into getting it.
No, I got it. And I didn't read this before. And it's great. Everybody, you would need some, I think it's priced perfectly.
Perfect.
And you explain
Yeah.
everything that you need
It does,
to know.
and I'm going to be adding a lot more. So a lot of the stuff we're talking about now, like I'm going to be covering all that. It's $100 too, so you're going to make that back. You know, I'm not trying to like gouge anyone, but it's a way for me to like invest in resources to like structure something really good. But God, I was going. So where are we at? We got approved. We got denied. What to do if you get denied. What to not say in the video. Okay, more about what to not to say in the video. Avoid in the first 3 videos at all costs showing too much skin. It's never a problem usually with guys, but with women, usually if it's like a thin strap something that they're wearing, that might trigger something with maybe too much shoulder. Avoid any products. Like for example, you guys might do the videos together. For the first 3, only one of you. Don't mix it up. Yeah, definitely. No offense. I would go with her. Go with her. Just go with one person. If you're afterwards, you use as many people as you want. Yeah, you could use more than one person in the same video. If you're going to bring the kids in the well, your kids are older, but if you're going to bring the grandkids in it, you can. But an adult needs to show up at some point in the video. I don't care how many floating rubber duckies you want to show. Don't do any bathtub scenes. It's the world we live in, but you're just not going to get them approved, right? If you're going to do an outdoor pool or an inflatable pool or just a pool, no close-up shots. I mean, just bathing suits and too much skin is going to be it's going to get you declined. So just avoid it.
Avoid them for the first 3.
Yeah, avoid it for the first 3.
It's confidentiality too, I think, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you see everything.
What's the question, Andres?
I'll be closing the Amazon Associates account.
You'd be closing your Amazon influencer account.
Okay, because I've been looking everywhere for that ability. The closest I got is under Amazon.
I can show you how to do it on the drive back.
Okay.
Yeah. Be motivation to keep yourself awake and conversate on the 4-hour drive we have back home after this.
Is there any preference for landscape or portrait?
You want to go horizontal. Now, you can do vertical, and if you do vertical, it seems like it increases your chances of being placed in the Inspire feed, and I'll get into that in a second. But so we've covered the things to avoid. The other thing is obviously the course, but in addition to the course, we have a Telegram group. It's becoming a lot more active as people are making more money with the program. And there's a lot of them out there. Obviously, I'm biased, and I believe the free Telegram group that we have is the best thing since peanut butter, right? So join that group. If you have questions about, this is very different than products you're selling, like you want to maybe be a little secretive and hope sure nobody sabotages your listing. These are product reviews. Jump in there. I'm thinking about reviewing these 3 products. What should I avoid? Get that feedback. Like, I'm going to jump in, and a lot of other people are looking for an opportunity to like flex their new found skills, so they're going to jump in. Here are the videos I recorded. Do you see anything that's a red flag before I submit this and go through my 3? What do you think? If you're I prefer you do that because other people are going to learn from the process, and running a group, that helps a lot. If you're just absolutely terrified of that, you can DM me. Just send me a private message. Again, I just want you to get approved. If everyone does it at once, I take a little longer to get approved. But trust me, like whatever you're concerned about, there's a lot of other people in that group that are concerned too. One of the things we're going to be adding to the course is I've done really well with Amazon live streaming, so I'm going to be adding a section in there on how to go about doing that. But as part of that, we're going to have a private Facebook group, and I'm going to be teaching people how to live stream at different levels and how to get comfortable with live streaming and presenting. So that for product video reviews, the Telegram group is the best thing that you could do for that right now. Take advantage of it. If you don't and you get denied, you have no one to blame but yourself. Sorry, I'm not just singling you out, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, you're approved. You're making money now. Every time somebody watches your video and buys the product, you're making a commission off that plus anything else that they have in their cart, right? It is a great way to make money. I mean, great. But it is not the only way to make money as an Amazon influencer. So last month I did $9,000 with the Amazon influencer program. Earlier I told you $3,000. I'm going to explain. So we made $3,000 off of the Amazon influencer with Amazon paying us for the commissions off of the products sold on the program. Once you're in the program, remember you connected your social media. A lot of factories are going to start reaching out to you, usually from China, saying, hey, we got these products and we want to see someone that looks American, which I have no idea what that even means anymore, but like someone that looks American reviewing this. Will you do it? They'll send you the product for free to review it. What I do, just because my house has turned into like a box depot, is like $50 is what I do. Obviously, depending on the complexity of what they want you to do, right? They want you to build a shed in the backyard, maybe more than $50. But give me $50. $100, I thought it was 75. My wife said $100 if our kids are involved, say with a removable tattoo. We make another, it's about $2,700, $2,800. We make about $3,000 a month off of the $50 to $100 we get sent from the factories for reviewing the product. So we're at $6,000. And this is the one I'm personally loving, right? And this is going to depend on how you're set up and your level of comfort. But the Wizards of Ecom location in Miami, I work out of it a lot. my wife, the TikTok joke is one of these days, my wife's gonna get me killed making 40 bucks on OfferUp, right? So she gets all the products that were sent, gives them to me at Wizards of Ecom Miami, and lists them, you see them in the back, Andres, lists them on OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace. She lists them at like 50% off, right? We do about $3,000 a month reselling those products, okay? So that's $9,000 right there, just stemming from $3,000. And we probably put in an hour and a half a week to this.
Making the videos?
Yes, in the videos. Making the videos to add new stuff to the Amazon Influencer Program, going in there and figuring out why something was rejected. We're starting, like we've neglected to do thumbnails for any of ours, and we do $3,000+ a month. We can get into that later, but I do think your first 3 videos, by the way, do not add a thumbnail. What that looks like is when you add your video, populates, you need to tag it to a product that's on Amazon. And you're gonna say, oh, this is the widget. It's gonna populate it, you're gonna say, yes, select this one, it shows it. Then you're gonna give it a title. I suggest not using the title of the product on Amazon, just give it some other title. You know, podcast mic. My new podcast mic reaching 100 episodes, I don't know. And then you have the option to leave a thumbnail. For your first 3 videos, do not leave one. Amazon's gonna auto-populate one, and for those first 3, do not leave a thumbnail. But afterwards, we're starting to add thumbnails little by little, and that takes a little bit of time. But again, the grand total is about an hour and a half a week. If you're just starting off and this is like a major thing for you, I'd put a lot more than an hour and a half a week. I would shoot for me starting out 15 years ago and like that level of like hunger that I had to grow the business, I'd be shooting for 50 a day. But do 10 a day. Do 5 to 10 a day, right? And just let it build up. But I would just be a machine creating these videos. But still, that's not bad.
How many do you have up?
About 650 videos. Yeah, it is a lot, but it's not a lot when you consider it's been about, let's just call it 365 days, 600 videos. That comes out to what? Huh?
Less than 2 a day.
Less than 2 a day.
Are these products that you bought already, or you did?
We have not invested any money into products for the purposes of reviewing, because it's not a bad thing to do. Like right now, if we decided to pull $500 to $1,000 out of what we're making and putting it into products strategically that we've seen with Fluencer Fruit, that are opportunities that if we just do a review on this, we could make some money. It's not a horrible strategy, but I think you run into if you're not careful, like if you're a private label seller or a wholesaler, and you're the type of person that really doesn't know their numbers, you could run into trouble here, and you could be in the same position as most private label sellers right now that mention their gross number, but are really not profiting a whole bunch, right? So yeah, you're doing $10,000 a month on the influencer program, you're spending $9,500 in products, like for what, right? So, but you could. Yeah, you could. So currently we have not done any of that. Currently we review products that we had around the house, or if my wife is visiting her sister or her mom, this is like very gamified and competitive, and she's like, oh, they have a new pool thing. She just jumps out there and she'll record a video, no audio, and then later on she'll do a voiceover to that audio.
Oh, so
You can do a voiceover, yeah. So don't go to Home Depot. If you're thinking this, right, and you're not the only one who has thought this, just don't do it, you're gonna get in trouble. Don't go to Home Depot and just start videoing stuff to voiceover later. Like, you're gonna get popped for that. You're gonna get shut down. The other thing you want to avoid, just in case you're thinking it and you think you cracked the code, don't do zombie reviews. So if you have this chair is identical, like the chairs you're sitting on, they're identical to probably 50 different brands, right? Don't list it 50 times, tagging each different brand and saying it's a different one. Eventually you're gonna get popped. You're gonna notice a big influx of sales, but then Amazon's gonna catch you. Now, you could do a video of the chair there, and then maybe a video of the chair over. You just be creative with it. Just use your head.
And when you have the same listing by different sellers, can you put the same video?
If it's you can only, if it's the same video review, you can only tag it to one product because it's for that product. You can't get that video and list it on a whole bunch of other ones. Even if someone has listed the same product 12 different times, you're not supposed to do that. Now, a hack here is, let's say,
But why is there an option to do it? Because when you upload it, it says.
because you can tag more than one product in a single video.
Yeah, but you're not supposed
No, but say your video was a review of this, or I was doing a mic comparison.
The chair, the table, the.
Right, and I could tag everything that's in the video.
Not every listing that has that one.
Right, but I can't get the video for this one, this table, and tag every 8-foot black foldable table, the Costco version, the BJ's version, no, I can't do that. Now what you can do, and it's pretty slick, and I'd say to me it's the best argument on having software. A member of the group likes to, I think really enjoys this part of it, is let's say you're looking at I'm not getting creative right now, but imagine there was a 2 ounce, 4 ounce, 6 ounce, 8 ounce, 16 ounce, gallon, whatever, barrel, doesn't matter. You technically can get the 2 ounce, when you were talking about do you buy products to leave a review, you technically can buy, if it's in a variation listing, you technically can buy the 2 ounce water and review it, and that video review is going to show on all the variations. So now if somebody did see your video and they were on the market for the gallon, you're making a commission off of that gallon at a higher price than the 2 ounce that you purchased. Yeah. So if this table had a 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 8 foot, you only need to review it once. It's a variation listing, and it's going to show up on multiple. Remember too, like every day you're probably going to, in the beginning, you're going to want to jump in there and see what did I make, right? And then there's a transaction view. You get to see each listing and how much you made for it. You're going to look in there and you'd be like, you know, aloe vera, what? Like, what is this? And you're like, you've never even heard of this product before. You made a commission on it because one of the products you reviewed, somebody purchased and had the aloe vera in their cart, and you made a commission on that. So it's amazing. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I have some lights in the Miami Wizards of Ecom location. I reviewed some of the lights. Come to find out, the people that buy those lights usually buy a lot of lights at once. And with the lights, they want to get HDMI, or cables, not HDMI. They want to get cables, and they want to get all this other stuff, so the purchases are fairly large for these specific lights. I make a commission on all of it. So it's a great program. Okay. So you know that factories are going to reach out. So even if you're not a social media person, check your messages, especially for the social media that you connected to your influencer account. Check it, because you're going to get messages almost immediately from factories wanting to do that. The other way, and this is usually I know a lot of you haven't started, but if you're like most people are hearing this for the first time, you're thinking, I don't have enough products. Like, what do I do after I review all the products in my house? First of all, if you reviewed all the products in your house, you're at over 1,000 reviews. You should be. Either that or you're not thinking about this right. If you're looking at a blender, remember, that's the blender. That's a review of just the top of the blender. That's a review of the blade of the blender. That blender could be like 20 reviews as standalone or together. There's replacement parts, the sockets, the outlets on your wall, the fan covers, everything. You're at 1,000 reviews. So if you're at that spot, you're not in a bad place. But after that, or before you get to that point, you're probably thinking, well, where else can I get products? So one of the other great places to get products that we do is something called Creator Connections. You using Creator Connect?
No, I want to get in, but I haven't.
You're still not in.
No.
Creator Connect, oh my God, I hate to give you FOMO here, but I don't really hate it. I'm gonna enjoy this a little bit. But Creator Connect is, you're familiar with Creator Connect as a brand on Amazon? By the way, who here is a private label seller? Just think about that, you? Okay, okay. So as a private label seller, have you used Creator Connect yet as a private label? Okay, so you can you can go into Creator Connect and put your products in there and say, hey, I'm looking for influencers, and here's the deal I'm willing to give. Like, I'm willing to give a 10% commission instead of the 2% commission you would get in this category, and I'm not willing to give away the product for free. So influencers that want to get free products, they go, not just Amazon influencers period. They're like, I want to get free products. They go look for people in Creator Connect that have these deals structured. So they've simplified the process of, if you've ever tried to find influencers for your brand, you understand, like, there's 40 hours of your week gone, right? So here they've streamlined the process from the brand side. Now from the influencer side of you looking for products, you go in there and you look at all these offerings, and it's a lot of really good stuff. And you just contact them. It's literally this easy, and then I'll give you an idea of how I'm doing it to get really good conversions. But you literally the message box is there. The brand that set it up has somebody watching the message box, so you're getting the replies almost instantly. You're like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I review products. I really focus on, let's say you have kids, or remember, you should also try to find your specialty. Like, do you have a balcony? What are the products that go great in a balcony? Do you have a pool? Think about pool products. If you don't have a pool, it's gonna be a harder sell to get someone to send you a product for free of a pool product, and you're not even gonna be able to put it in a pool. But if your family member has a pool and you could use it, it's fair game. But you reach out to them and say, look, I review pool products. We got this, pool that's X size, or this balcony, this whatever, this garage that's X size. We'd like to be able to do a review on this. Can you send us the product for free? Almost 100% say yes. So it's another source of just unlimited free products. And what I like here is the free products are, you're getting to do the research beforehand. So if you want to just get free products, nothing wrong with that. If you're looking to get free products because you want to review them and make money on them in the influencer program, then jump over and make sure that the listing is unlocked and that there's space for your review to show. Because if that's your only reason for doing it, if that's your only motivation for doing it, and the listing is locked or there's no room, don't review it. You have a question? You look like you have a question.
Yeah. Don't you have access, or don't you get access to creator connections when you have off-site sales? If you only have on-site sales, I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, so one of the easiest ways to get Creator Connect is to get approved for the Amazon Influencer Program, you're gonna show up in Associates Central. So like the Amazon Associates, you're gonna be in the Associates Program and you're gonna be in the Amazon Influencer Program, and you could toggle between the two. So if you go over to the if you go over to the Associates Program and you get something like, I think it's a few hundred views on your link, and you sell $100 worth of products through your link, they like automatically give you Creator Connect. You could do it that way, but they're unlocking it for almost everyone that I know has access to Creator Connect. That's news to me. I don't know how to short circuit that process. If I'm going to start looking at it now, because there's people that I now know that don't have Creator Connect, and see what the workaround could be. But maybe the next thing that you want to buy, like the next $150 worth of stuff that you want to buy, create an associates link on it and send it to someone, have them buy it and just reimburse them, so that you could get the credit for the $100+ in sales, and that should trigger it. Make sense or no?
Yeah, I just have to figure out.
And again, I'm willing to be that person, except you have to wait till the next time I come to Tampa to bring you the products. Yeah. But so when you're creating, what we're doing is leveraging all the assets we have. So my wife and she's gonna be mad at me for taking a little credit here, but we have a YouTube channel for our kids called Angelina and Carlos, which we haven't posted on in a bit, but it's got over 100,000 subscribers. So when we're going in there, if we want to get a kid's product and it fits the bill, we're leveraging the heck out of that. You do not need 100,000 subscribers to get them to Acto. You just need to initially look at what you have access to and the strengths that you have, and play to that and look for those products and build up a history of successfully reviewing stuff in that relationship. What I'm doing is focusing on niches. So for example, kid products, I know anyone that sees a 100,000 subscriber kid channel, like, they're telling me yes. As a matter of fact, they may send me the product and money. If it's something on journaling or a business product or an office product, I'm like, hey, look, I got this massive community of like Amazon sellers, and we're all looking for printers. You know what I mean? We're not, I'll leverage that. I'll leverage the fact that we have dogs. Figure out that thing that you have and look for that first. And there's a lot of money to be had in that niche. I know somebody that's doing this, and their thing is, they have a handicapped, I think it's mom or grandmother, and they have all these other accessories to make the place accessible. And there's so many brands out there that have products, and their struggle is, guess what? Finding people that want to do this, because they think they're selling to the person that's not willing to do a video review. So like, just figure out what your thing is and go for that first. And then once you have put together a deck, getting ahead of ourselves, but we put together a deck of all the products that we reviewed, showing our kids using them and stuff like that. When we're going after a kid product, then we send a link. Look, and here's an example of stuff that we've done, and it becomes easier and easier. It's like a flywheel. But when you start, just start with what you have. I have a round driveway. What are the products that go for round driveways? Start with a car. I have a Tesla, so what are the cool features that can go in Teslas? Look for those products. Does that make sense? So Creator Connect is another way for you to get products and to make money. Two other ones I want to touch on to find new products, and then we're going to get into just other ways to make money with the program. Actually, to get products too. One of them is Rebate Key. I don't know if you guys heard of Rebate Key, but you probably remember it from the PL days. First of all, you know something, Rebate Key is not dead. I know people still using Rebate Key to this day, very successfully. But what Rebate Key is, and by the way, even if you're not into the influencer program, I highly recommend you go over and just create a free account on Rebate Key. But what Rebate Key is, you go to Rebate Key, create an account, and you now will see a lot of them are 100% rebate. And how that works is, and then I'll get into why it works, because that look like a skeptical look, like 100% is expensive, right? So what happens is the seller has said, I'll give you a 100% rebate for this product 30 days after you bought it. So the return period has passed. They list it. Rebate Key, the company, gets the money from them, holds it. You pay for the product and buy it on Amazon, receive it. 30 days go by, and then Rebate Key will send you a check for 100% of the money. The reason this works is because as a seller on Amazon, you're on page 15 when you start, which is, they say page 2 is where you hide a body, right? So you're getting no sales. You're on page 15. But when Amazon sees a conversion happen on your listing and someone bought it, they move you up magically. And then another conversion happens and they move you up and they move you up, and you get closer and closer to that top of page 1 where anybody that searches for, left-handed garlic presses finds your product and they transact. So a way to kind of short circuit that process is to get people to buy and give them a rebate. Rebate Key is just the trusted platform that facilitates that, okay? On your side though, you're looking at products, and for some reason the people that are on Rebate Key have products that they're trying to sell, but they're investing ads behind to work. So these are products that actually have movement, and they usually already have a video on it because these are people with optimized listings, so the listing is unlocked. This is a way for you just to get free products. I've gifted a lot more since the existence of Rebate Key. It's like my Christmas gifts are usually Rebate Key stuff. But as an Amazon influencer, you can go in there and get a handful of products per day for free or 90% off for you just to be able to use and review in the Amazon influencer program. So a steady stream of products coming in from Rebate Key. Okay. Another one, this one I have gone by myself and looked at, but to be honest, my anxiety just goes through the roof looking at this place. But if you're somebody that just loves the Marshalls and Ross and Burlington experience, you're not going to feel so bad. Like I just panic in these stores, right? But there's these stores, and they're in Tampa too, by the way, called bin stores. Yeah. A friend of mine's buddy shared something, and I won't say any names, but it's insane. So what they'll have is like one day of the week, everything in the store, anything you want in the store is $12. And it's like $10. And the next day is $8. The next day it's $6, $4, and I think it goes down to like $2, anything in the store. So you're getting stuff in there for like pennies on the dollar that you can review in the Amazon influencer program. So the people I know that are doing this, not only are they getting the product for like nothing, they're making affiliate commissions that almost quickly pay for the nothing they paid for the product, and then they can resell the product on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace for more than what they paid for the product in the store. So it's a no-brainer, and it's an endless stream of products. Personally, I'd rather mop floors at Starbucks. I can't deal with the anxiety of that. My wife and I, we still have this throwback from, I got started doing garage sales, and when we first met, I said that, and we were like, oh, let's do this romantic thing on the weekend going to a garage sale. So I like the hunt of garage sales, but she seems to think that garage sales and the bin store are sort of the same thing, and they're not. Garage sales outdoors for me, and there's air. The bin stores are a bit more aggressive and too chaotic for me. But endless stream of products. If you ever thought you were going to be low on, you know what I'm talking about.
I think there's a time limit. Like, I know there's one here in Tampa, and I was looking at it, and it's sort of like they open up the doors, and it's a mad rush. Like
On $2 days especially.
And they each have a bin, and they
Yep.
each grab stuff, and then it's like, just to me, I don't know if I could do the chaos.
Yeah, well actually in our store, I don't know if he's bought any, but a lot of you guys know Tom from the store, he's braved it. He's pioneered it a few times, but I think he was communicating as well that it was very chaotic. But I think, like me, in the sense of liking the hunt, there was a bit of that. So I don't know. Test it out. If you're stressed that you're not going to have enough products to review, that should solve everything for you. Here are a few other ones that are making money. So Fiverr. So there are a bunch of people that have products that they want to get reviews on. And where do they go? Question?
Yeah, say you're an actual medical professional, can you then give medical advice?
No. No. I think Fauci killed that. I'm just kidding. Too soon, sorry. No, too soon, sorry. So if you're an actual medical professional, can you give medical advice? Only in your medical office. There's the law, and then there's Amazon. Many times Amazon is a lot stricter than the law, or they have their own things to it. So you can practice law and you can practice medicine and medical advice in your office. Now, you can, I'm not saying you can't review a product that is a, I don't know, forceps or a syringe. You can review it. You're just going to have to be very careful of the wording you use. No different than the wording you'd have to use on a listing. If you've ever written a listing, you got to be careful of before and after claims. Like maybe instead of saying, you know, this hydroxycut fat burner, right? Instead of saying, I lost 30 pounds in the first 30 days, maybe frame it as, what would life look like if I lost 30 pounds? So you're going to draw the same conclusion, but I didn't say. So if I had to record a 1-minute video though, watching my words like that, it would require me to script it. And now we're getting into like, this is smelling like work to me. Right now, this program doesn't smell like work to me. It just feels like fun, free money, and I love having fun and making money. So you put those two things together. I want to keep it as close to that as possible, you know? But on Fiverr, so we have a Fiverr profile up. If you go on Fiverr and you search for Big Spaniard, I created one as more of like a fun project to do because I saw a buddy of mine that I respected a lot in the industry, you know, with a Fiverr credit card. And I was like, that's crazy. Fiverr's low-class, third-world citizens and cheap labor. And that doesn't fit the perception that I had of my friend. And he told me about it. He's like, it's a great lead generator, and it's a blast. So like anything, I was challenged, and I created a profile. Now I'm a top-rated seller, and I'm a Fiverr community manager for Miami. So it goes to show you. But I created this, and I was like, okay, let me create a Fiverr gig. Does anyone not know what Fiverr is, by the way? So I don't belabor them. Okay, so Fiverr's a platform. It used to be Fiverr because you paid $5 for something, and a freelancer performed that task for you. It's very hard to find something for $5 nowadays on Fiverr, but it's still pretty affordable for like one-off projects you want to do. So if you want someone to remove the background on a photo, you go in there and you find someone and they can turn it around in a day for like $7. But you can create gigs. So the gig there would have been remove background. The gig here is I'll review your product as an Amazon influencer. So you send me the product and you pay. So it's another way for people to find you to get your product reviewed. Now, can anyone take a guess at how many, I've made a bunch of money off my Fiverr gig, but can anyone guess how much money I made on Fiverr with my Fiverr gig for the Amazon influencer program? Take a wild guess. No wrong answers. 1,000. 7,000. Okay, I made 0. But let me tell you how I made money. So this is how it works. Factory reaches out. We'd like you to review our product. Here's a link to our gig where you can buy this immediately. The prices are higher that I'm offering to sell it for on Fiverr. They're like, whoa. What happens though is when they see something set up and organized, they're like, this person's who we want to work with. Just don't want to pay that amount. But the conversation of do it for free is gone. And we meet in the middle. The middle's $50, what we wanted anyway. So it's acting as a sales mechanism for us. I do know people that are actually getting sales though on the platform, straight up. They're just not trying to sell it for as much as I am. I would recommend that if you wanted to start getting sales on Fiverr as an Amazon influencer, which would mean getting paid and receiving a product free that you can make money reviewing, I suggest creating the profile and selling it for $5. Because $5 is so rare nowadays that someone sees it and they're going to buy it. And at the end of the day, they're not looking for an avatar-like video. They just want someone that looks American or which is every shade, colored, size, shape, whatever. Like, they just want someone that does not look usually Asian doing the thing. That's it. Again, if you need help jumpstarting your Fiverr profile, I'd be happy to buy your first Fiverr gig to help you jumpstart the profile. It's $5. You owe me a drink. If you feel really guilty, you could buy the course, which is going to help you a ton. But I'd be happy to just pay it forward and just buy your first Fiverr gig for $5. I'll send you a product, and we can get that rolling. Okay? Just reach out to me. But Fiverr is another one you could start. Another one almost identical to Fiverr. By the way, Fiverr's free to create a profile. Another one is one called Join Brands. So you go to joinbrands.co, and you create a profile saying, here, I am willing to review product, do product videos for the Amazon Influencer Program. You post it. Anytime somebody posts a product up and they're like, I'm looking for reviewers, you just apply to it. You make a lot more on Join Brands. Usually for Join Brands, we'll do like $100 per transaction on Join Brands for a vertical video. Yeah. I feel like I'm missing a few, but we also covered a lot on different ways that you can find products. We spent a little bit of time on getting the program open, what to do if you get rejected. Talk a little bit about, well, first, does anyone have any questions? Yeah.
You never give them the video, right? You just upload it to the listing.
I upload it to the Amazon Influencer Program. If they want the video, you got to do what you feel comfortable with. But if they want the video itself and the rights to the video, we charge probably like an extra $100, $150 more. We allowed it like twice until we started thinking about it, but we're no longer allowing them to get full rights to the video if our kids are in it. We've just decided not to do that. And as a matter of fact, we're not trying to like kind of pimp our kids out for Amazon Influencer, but the thing is, we're obviously okay. We have a YouTube channel that they're on. You got to figure out what you're comfortable with. We also say no to a lot of products that they want us to review. Not obviously nothing, don't let your mind go there, but like just some of them are just like, nah, you know, let that be their choice to decide if they want to do that, you know, when they get older, instead of having a video floating around the web forever. But yeah, we don't.
More to that, Carlos, is that I used to work in Hollywood, and guys like Schwarzenegger and Tom Cruise own their image. What that means is that look of that body and all of the influences aren't owned by those two actors of their own. If you sell a video and they say, okay, this is our video, now somebody else can own the image you did.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
It is very real in Hollywood.
Yeah. So a team member of mine, Khan, who you might see in the chat sometime, like anything amazing that happened with the group, it was probably Khan's idea. But Khan pointed that out to me after we did it like twice, something along those lines. I don't remember it verbatim. And we just decided, like, again, I always try to defer back to fun. Is this fun? It's not fun for me if I'm worried about what's going to be done with my kids' video, like, out. Now, we will review a product that our kids are in, but we have the video, we own the video, we have, I guess, the copyright or whatever of the video, it's ours. If someone tries to get that and repurpose it somewhere else, like, we can get it and we can get it taken down. So, yep.
I just had a couple questions. So I'm a brand owner, so a lot of this I'm thinking from the flip side. So you mentioned in the beginning the way you get people to start putting videos on your listing is to kind of unlock it with posting your own video. Is that right? Is that
Yep.
the only thing I've got to do to get people to start reviewing on my listing?
So if you, the listing in question, without saying what the product is, about how many sales does it get per month?
1,100.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you just unlock it, they're just going to start popping up.
Okay.
If you want, and no pressure, but there are people in the group that would love to review it, I'm sure. Like, right. There's people here that would love to review it and be one of those first 5. And the fact that you know them, you might be like, hey, I'd love for someone to say this on my product. That's an advantage of having this. There's also the Telegram group. I'd be willing to do it, but I'd love somebody else to also take a shot at it if they're starting. We have the Telegram group too, like, so if you had products and for some reason everyone had their hands full in Tampa and they couldn't take on a single more product, right? I got an army of people in the Telegram community for Wizards of Ecom and in Miami that would be more than willing to do it. That goes for anybody here who has a product. who here's doing the Amazon wholesale model, by the way? Wholesale model, which is it's not your brand, but I see that purse is selling great on Amazon. So I contact the brand of that purse. And I contact the brand and I'm like, hey, I'm a small business here in Miami, best thing since peanut butter. I would like to resell that product. You tell me that it costs, I'd have to buy it, but it'd be $20, but it sells for $100. And I'm like, wow, after Amazon fees, I'm gonna make money. That's the Amazon wholesale model, right? It sounds a lot easier with what I just described than what it is in reality. But in that situation with an Amazon wholesaler, you're looking at a lot of different products all the time. Review those products. If you're doing arbitrage, you're looking at even more products. Take a second and just review the products as you get them in. You have a steady stream of products that you can just make money on even after they sell or if they don't sell.
So to that point, have you ever reviewed your own private label products?
No, you can't do that. That's against the rules, no. But I guess paying it forward and sharing a lot of information in the group. By the way, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary of this group next month. Next month in Miami. I know it's a drive, but we have every year we have something called a grill and chill, which is people come out with their family or yourself and your dogs. You're all Wizards of Ecom members. You're all invited. It's 100% free. It's some of the best barbecue that's what everybody says. From a place called La Traila Barbecue. It is July in Miami, but we get an amazing pavilion surrounded by massive shade trees. That means no direct sun, but it's hot. But it's amazing barbecue. It's a bunch of people that are, on the same wavelength as you. They're talking business, talking shop, wheeling and dealing with their products. I'd love to see you down there. I know it's a drive, but it'll be worth your time if you go down. You're welcome. If you go to Meetup, the Miami Wizards of Ecom Meetup group, you'll see it's already posted in July. You're welcome to attend. But you can just connect with people in the community and get those. I'm blessed to have a lot of people in the community that will, after 10 years, that when I get a private label product out, I'm just like, hey, look, I'd love to get some feedback on. I don't abuse it, right? But I'm like, I want to get my first 5 to 10 reviews. We're not connected on social media. I'm just like, hook it up. And after so many times of saying, I'll just buy your first $5 thing, I usually don't have to reimburse them, so that's a perk. Yeah, so I would do that. Just be careful of abusing it, because if Amazon sees that, everyone in your zip code is buying your product and leaving a review, it's going to end bad for you. Yeah, real bad. What other questions we got?
What about language?
You can do other languages. The thing is, I'm sorry, I'm assuming.
But how do you upload in a different language?
Well, you upload the video, and the video can be in a different language. I know people that are getting their Spanish videos approved when they.
No,
But the listing is in English.
Yeah, I'm seeing people upload them and getting them in Spanish, and it's working fine. They're not making any money though.
To Spain, you will have to upload them to Spain. Somebody
No.
exactly uploaded to the US and they said.
We have somebody in the group that's doing it and uploading in the U.S. and I'm going off what they're saying, but they're saying that it's going through, but they're wondering why they're not making money. So we're like, well, if it went through and you're not making money, it's because it's in Spanish. But there's other Amazon influencer programs in different countries that you can get into. It's not just in the U.S. I would say if you're going to do Spanish or if you're going to do French, maybe just go to Canada or go to Spain or Mexico or something like that.
Then you have to be in the other countries' influencer program.
Yep.
That's what, do you remember what I showed you?
Yeah, there's an option
I was going to the
to
back office the other day,
choose.
like, looking to see what at the time, and I went into a screen that said, choose another country, Canada, there weren't that many.
Oh,
There
about
was
6.
Canada, UK, and Spain, I'm like, oh, I can do this.
Okay. Did you apply?
No.
Okay.
Because
So
I didn't know what was gonna happen.
a friend of mine applied. And when he applied, you go through the same process. You need to connect your social media. When he applied, he connected the social medias he had, connected, say, the same 1 or 2 that he got approved on the first one, but he also connected the other social medias, right? They disapproved him for that one, and they shut down his US one, right? So I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze on that. I don't know. Amazon also tells you to turn on all the international marketplaces too, and that's like a recipe for disaster. So like, I wouldn't do it. I promise you, you are not gonna come close to maxing out what you can do in the US. Yeah, I'm even gonna say as of right now, just to disregard posting it on social media, creating a blog around it. Right now is a very short window before they start creating new rules around this and adjusting the commissions that they pay for you just to post a lot of product review videos. So I would just focus on that.
Good question.
Yeah.
You mentioned a couple websites. One was Fiverr. What was the other?
Join brands.
Join Brands.
Yeah.
And then make sure you repeat the questions.
Ah, yeah. So your question was about international marketplaces and languages on the platform. So you can apply to the Amazon Influencer Program in these other countries. I have a friend who did that. It did not go so well. And it seemed like the problem was, even though he used a social media account that got him approved on the main US one, that because he had one of the other social medias, you know, Amazon and its infinite wisdom didn't look at one of them. They just saw one of them didn't qualify, so they just rejected everything and shut down the other one. So that's it. I'll try to repeat the question. Just do the US one. There's absolutely no need to think beyond that right now. Cool. What else we got? Looking for a question or no? I don't know if he took notes and yeah, okay.
Is it worth, Trump?
Business partners? Oof.
Exactly, both.
Yeah.
So,
I have the same joyous situation.
exactly. So is it worth, just as a risk management thing, to open a second account? So if for one reason one gets shut down, we can just transfer the videos to the other one?
No. I'm going to say the risk is too high. I have a second one open, and it's a little nerve-wracking having it open and making sure it's on a different IP and everything like that. I guess I was doing it at first because initially I was like, I had a feeling I was going to be creating the course, and I really wanted to be in a position where like the next private label that I launch or anything else that I'm doing, that I could be like fully transparent with everybody here as to what's going on. I feel like everyone gets a lot more of like the practical skin in. It just feels realer and not less theory. So I was going to do that with the Amazon Influencer Program, right? So I was showing mine in the beginning, but Amazon has a very strict rule on showing the back end of your Amazon Influencer Program to online is immediate suspension. And they're pretty strict on that. Now, I opened the second one before I discovered that. So I have it and we're doing it. If you have more than one, it's grounds for suspension into the program. And if you do get suspended, which takes a lot, but if you do get suspended, it's actually pretty easy to open up another one. And when you do, you just shut down or disassociate from the one that was in trouble, get those videos, and you still have the videos, hopefully in a hard drive somewhere, labeled in folders, so you could go back and easily just add them to the other account. I wouldn't advise opening up a second account. Yeah. Yeah. Also, it's quite difficult to get suspended in the program. If you're just following the rules, you're good. If you're not doing those zombie reviews, if you're only tagging one product, it's very difficult to get suspended. Yeah. Cool?
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Short plug on the course, in case anyone's interested. $100 pays for itself. wizardsofecom.com/courses. I'll send an email with everybody else following up. Hopefully you get it. I'm going to be adding a lot of content to it. Strategies for Fiverr, strategy for Join Brands, the Amazon Live video system, and a lot of other cool stuff that I'm already working on for the program. So would love the support, and it'll definitely pay you back the $100 and a lot more. All right? Thank you so much. Who was I just talking to about kids? My wife messaged me, are you able to FaceTime your inconsolable son who can't stop crying for Papa? You guys want to jump in on a FaceTime?
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be good.